Reaching your 60s can be one of the most enriching and fulfilling stages of life, a time often described as standing atop a mountain peak where you can reflect with wisdom, gratitude, and grace on the incredible journey you've undertaken. It's a chapter filled with opportunities to embrace the joys of life with a renewed sense of purpose. However, this new phase often invites us to reevaluate certain habits, attitudes, and practices that may no longer serve us. Letting go of these can create space for deeper connections, healthier living, and a focus on what truly matters. Many who have reached this milestone, whether friends, family, or members of the community, share that the key to feeling vibrant and alive lies in making intentional adjustments. By shedding what no longer aligns with their goals and values, they pave the way for a richer, more meaningful existence. Here are some of the most impactful changes people often choose to make after entering this transformative period of life. But before we dive in, like this video, and if you're new here, hit the subscribe button for more insightful content like this, and leave a comment saying, "Yes, I subscribed," so we can welcome you personally. Let's get started. 1. The habit of saying yes to everything. By the time you reach your 60s, time becomes one of life's most cherished commodities. You've earned the right to be selective about how you spend it, and for many, this means learning the power of saying no. This shift isn't about selfishness. It's about preserving your energy and prioritizing activities that genuinely bring you joy and fulfillment. Countless people have found peace by setting boundaries and declining commitments that feel more like obligations than opportunities for connection. For example, a friend of mine shared how she used to attend every single family dinner, even when she felt drained. Eventually, she recognized the toll it took on her and decided to limit her attendance to only those gatherings she truly wanted to participate in. Now she feels much more present, energized, and engaged when she does attend. Saying no doesn't mean missing out. It means reclaiming time for hobbies, relationships, and experiences that nourish your spirit and bring true satisfaction. 2. Letting go of perfectionism and self-criticism. Perfectionism might seem like a trait reserved for younger years, but it often lingers well into later life. Whether it's maintaining a spotless home, cooking elaborate meals, or trying to keep up appearances, that nagging voice of, "It's not good enough," can still surface. One retired teacher I knew shared how she always worried her cooking wasn't impressive enough, even when guests raved about her meals. In her 60s, she finally let go of that self-imposed pressure. She realized her guests weren't there to judge her cooking, they came for her company. This epiphany brought a newfound joy to her time in the kitchen. She started focusing on creating simple, delicious meals she genuinely enjoyed preparing, rather than trying to impress others. This mindset shift often brings a profound sense of self-acceptance and inner peace. By releasing the burden of perfectionism, you open yourself up to the beauty of imperfection and the freedom to savor life as it is, messy, beautiful, and authentic. 3. Releasing the need to stay busy to feel useful. In a culture that often equates busyness with worth, it's easy to fall into the trap of thinking you must constantly keep moving to have value. However, reaching your 60s often brings the liberating realization that slowing down can be just as meaningful as staying busy. After decades spent juggling work, caregiving, and social commitments, many find that embracing a quieter, more intentional pace is a profound act of self-care. For example, I know an elderly couple who sold their sprawling family home to downsize into a cozy condo. Without the constant demands of yard work, repairs, and cleaning, they discovered more time to savor life's simple pleasures, leisurely walks, exploring local museums, and reconnecting with friends. Moments like watching a sunset, reading a book, or sipping coffee without a looming to-do list become treasures of daily life. Slowing down isn't about doing less. It's about making space for the things that truly nourish your soul. 4. Letting go of grudges and resentment. By the time you reach 60, life has likely brought its fair share of conflicts and disappointments. But carrying the weight of grudges or unresolved resentment can be an emotional anchor, holding you back from peace and joy. Many find this stage of life the perfect time to reflect on old hurts and make a conscious decision to release them. A neighbor once shared her story of forgiving a friend after a 20-year estrangement. The falling out had left a shadow over her for decades, but when she finally let go of the resentment, she felt an immediate sense of lightness. She even noticed her sleep improve and her spirits lift. Forgiveness doesn't mean excusing the wrongs done to you. It means choosing not to let those wrongs define your present. By letting go of resentment, you free yourself to focus on the relationships and experiences that bring you joy, making space for deeper connections and inner peace. Letting go of the need to keep up with younger generations. In today's fast-moving world, it can be tempting to stay in step with the latest technologies and trends. While learning new skills can be rewarding, the pressure to keep up with every new app, gadget, or social media platform can be exhausting. Many people over 60 find greater joy in focusing on what truly adds value to their lives instead of chasing every passing trend. For instance, a friend of mine decided not to learn Instagram just because her grandchildren used it. Instead, she asked them to share photos through a simpler platform they both enjoyed, like an easy-to-use photo-sharing app. This approach allowed her to stay connected with her family without feeling overwhelmed or out of her depth. By prioritizing meaningful connections over the stress of constant adaptation, you can invest your time and energy in pursuits that bring genuine happiness and fulfillment. 6. Letting go of excessive worry about what others think. One of the greatest freedoms many people discover after turning 60 is the ability to release the fear of judgment. Throughout life, societal expectations, family pressures, and the need for approval often dictate our choices. But as the years pass, the realization dawns. Other people's opinions matter far less than your own happiness and well-being. For example, a gentleman I knew spent much of his life wearing formal, uncomfortable clothes because he believed they made him look presentable. Upon turning 60, he decided to prioritize comfort over appearances. Cozy sweaters and supportive shoes became his staples, and he found himself feeling happier and more at ease. This shift in mindset, a focus on what brings personal joy instead of external validation, can be profoundly liberating. Letting go of the need to impress others allows you to live authentically, embracing what makes you feel good and confident in your own skin. 7. Letting go of excessive possessions. As we journey into our 60s, the importance of decluttering often extends beyond just our physical surroundings. It becomes an emotional and spiritual cleanse. Many people in this phase of life find themselves surrounded by items they once treasured but now see as clutter. These possessions may carry memories, but they can also weigh heavily on the present, making it harder to focus on what truly matters. For example, a friend of mine recently decided to gift her collection of family china to her daughter, knowing it would be cherished by the next generation. She also donated items that no longer served her, like furniture and knickknacks, describing the experience as liberating. Downsizing her possessions made room for a more peaceful and intentional living space, allowing her to focus on creating new memories rather than managing material items. By letting go of what no longer serves us, we can embrace a sense of clarity and freedom, prioritizing relationships, experiences, and the simple joys of life. 8. Releasing the need to plan every detail. While careful planning has its place, an overemphasis on controlling every aspect of life can rob us of the joy that comes from spontaneity. Many people in their 60s come to understand that life is more rewarding when they allow room for the unexpected. A close friend shared how she used to obsess over meticulously planning every holiday meal and family gathering. Over time, she realized this habit often led to unnecessary stress and diminished her ability to enjoy the moment. Now she embraces a more relaxed approach, welcoming last-minute plans or letting events unfold naturally. This shift has opened her life to delightful surprises, like impromptu visits from friends or the discovery of new hobbies. By letting go of rigid schedules, you create space for more organic, enriching experiences, proving that some of life's best moments are the unplanned ones. 9. Letting go of the need to control every outcome. Reaching your 60s often brings a profound realization. The more you try to control every aspect of life, the more you miss out on its natural flow. Many people at this stage find that relinquishing the need to manage every outcome leads to unexpected peace. For instance, a woman I knew shared her journey of letting go of the need to micromanage her adult children's lives. She used to stress over their decisions, offering unsolicited advice and worrying about every step they took. But over time, she realized that stepping back, offering guidance only when asked, and trusting them to navigate their own paths brought a deeper sense of connection and mutual respect. This shift not only transformed her relationships, but also freed her from the burden of unnecessary worry. Letting go doesn't mean indifference. It means embracing flexibility and trusting life to unfold as it will. The result is a calmer mind, stronger relationships, and a joyful acceptance of life's unpredictability. 10. Reframing negative self-talk about physical changes. Aging inevitably brings physical changes, but it's how we perceive and respond to these changes that shapes our experience. Constantly criticizing yourself for graying hair, wrinkles, or slower movements can drain your energy and diminish your confidence. Many people in their 60s find profound freedom in shifting their focus to gratitude for what their bodies can still do. One gentleman I knew spoke about his frustration with his graying hair and slower pace. Over time, however, he began to see his gray hair as a badge of wisdom and his wrinkles as reminders of a life filled with laughter, love, and adventure. This mental shift allowed him to approach aging with kindness and pride, rather than resistance. When we choose to celebrate our bodies for their resilience and the stories they tell, we foster a healthier and more empowering relationship with ourselves. It's not about denying the changes, but embracing them as symbols of a life well lived. 11. Letting go of the desire to always be right. With age often comes the wisdom that being right is far less valuable than maintaining peace and harmony in relationships. The constant urge to prove a point, win arguments, or insist on the correct way to do things can create unnecessary tension and distance between loved ones. One friend shared how, in her younger years, she frequently found herself in heated debates with her siblings about everything from politics to parenting styles. As she grew older, she realized these arguments didn't bring her closer to her family. In fact, they often did the opposite. By her 60s, she decided to focus on understanding other people's perspectives rather than convincing them to adopt her own. This shift led to a profound transformation in her relationships. Conversations became more enjoyable, filled with mutual respect rather than frustration. She found herself spending more time appreciating her loved ones rather than debating with them. Letting go of the need to be right isn't about giving up on your values or opinions. It's about prioritizing peace, connection, and love. It opens the door to deeper, more fulfilling relationships and allows you to spend your time together cherishing what truly matters. 12. The danger of comparing yourself to others. Comparison is often described as the thief of joy, and this sentiment becomes even more relevant as we grow older. Many people, particularly those in their 60s, find themselves caught in the trap of measuring their lives against others, be it their health, wealth, achievements, or family circumstances. This mindset, however, often leads to unnecessary feelings of inadequacy and dissatisfaction. I recall a gentleman who spent years feeling disheartened because his friends seemed more active, successful, or financially secure than he was. He felt like he was always falling short. But one day, he had an epiphany. Every person's journey is unique, filled with its own mix of joys and challenges. Once he stopped comparing and began focusing on his own blessings, he discovered a newfound sense of peace. The key lesson here is that comparison blinds us to the beauty and value of our own lives. When you shift your focus inward, you start to recognize the moments of gratitude and contentment within your personal journey. Every accomplishment, whether big or small, becomes worth celebrating. By letting go of the need to measure up to others, you free yourself from external pressures, allowing you to embrace your life fully and authentically. 13. The value of slowing down in daily life. As we enter our 60s, many of us experience a profound change in perspective, realizing the importance of savoring each day instead of rushing through it. This shift often stems from a deeper appreciation for life's fleeting nature and the joy that can be found in small, everyday moments. A dear friend shared with me her transformative experience of creating slow mornings. She used to hurry through her routine, checking tasks off her list as quickly as possible. But now she starts her day with intention, sipping tea, listening to her favorite music, and simply soaking in the tranquility of the morning. This unhurried approach has turned her mornings into a cherished ritual, setting a positive tone for the rest of her day. By slowing down, even the most mundane activities, like preparing a meal, folding laundry, or having a conversation, become opportunities to connect more deeply with life. You start to feel more grounded, present, and in tune with your surroundings. This sense of calm not only reduces stress, but also enriches your overall quality of life, making each moment more meaningful. Pace isn't about doing less, it's about doing things with greater intention and presence. When you allow yourself to fully experience life, you create space for joy, gratitude, and a profound sense of fulfillment. 14th, letting go of the pressure to accumulate material wealth. After decades of working hard to build a secure life, many people in their 60s experience a profound shift in priorities. The relentless pursuit of material wealth and possessions, so often a hallmark of earlier years, gives way to an appreciation for experiences, relationships, and moments of genuine connection. I recall a friend who spent much of his younger years chasing financial goals. He was always on the lookout for the next investment, the next promotion, or the next financial milestone. While his efforts brought him success, he often felt as though he was missing something. Now, in his 60s, his perspective has completely transformed. Instead of focusing on acquiring more, he has chosen to invest his time and resources in what truly matters, creating memories with his grandchildren on special outings, sharing quiet moments with his spouse during weekend getaways, and simply being present with loved ones. This shift away from material accumulation is deeply liberating. It allows you to step off the treadmill of always needing more, and instead cultivate contentment with what you already have. True wealth, after all, isn't measured in dollars or possessions. It's found in the laughter of your family, the warmth of cherished friendships, and the richness of shared experiences. Letting go of the pressure to accumulate more can lead to a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. It helps you focus on the intangibles that bring real joy, such as love, connection, and the beauty of life's simplest moments, things no amount of money can buy. 15. Breaking free from overthinking the future. While planning and preparation are important, the habit of constantly overthinking the future can weigh heavily on your peace of mind, especially in your later years. Dwelling on what might happen, health challenges, financial uncertainties, or family issues, often does more harm than good, as most of these scenarios are beyond our control. I remember speaking to a woman in her 60s who used to spend countless nights consumed by worry. Her thoughts would spiral, imagining endless what-ifs about her health, her family's well-being, and finances. The constant worrying left her feeling restless and drained. One day, she decided enough was enough. She began practicing mindfulness and focusing more on the present moment. Instead of losing herself in future uncertainties, she started to savor her daily walks, moments with family, and quiet evenings spent reading her favorite books. By releasing the need to control or predict what lies ahead, she found a profound sense of liberation. Overthinking often clutters the mind with hypothetical scenarios that rarely come true. Shifting your focus to the here and now allows you to experience life more fully and cultivate gratitude for what you have today. Turning 60 is an opportunity to embrace a lighter, freer way of living. Letting go of the habit of overthinking the future creates space for simplicity, joy, and meaningful connections. It allows you to live with intention and authenticity, grounded in the wisdom you've gathered over a lifetime. This is your time to focus on what truly matters: being present, nurturing your passions, and sharing love with those around you. Remember, life unfolds one moment at a time, and by rooting yourself in the present, you give yourself the greatest gift of all: peace of mind. Feel free to share your own strategies for living in the moment in the comments below. And if you found this message helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more inspiring content. Thank you for watching, and may your days ahead be filled with peace and joy.